So I had noticed that my water bottle had spilled inside of the bottom of my cooler. So I got paper towels. So I use these paper towels to like soak it up. And because my video, I had to start over because my video stopped. Soak the water up. And initially I was gonna like just put it, I'm having a hell of a time making this video. I was gonna put it, squeeze it outside of my truck. But since my floor is dirty, and I'm doing this to show you how when you're a trucker, you gotta be resourceful, because we don't always have like, you know, obviously there's no sink and running water in my truck. So unless I feel like making multiple trips, I'm like, why not just squeeze it on the floor? And then take my wet mops. And I actually, believe it or not, I do have, but I do my floors by hand because I'm like really picky. So basically with a truck, you have to turn a disaster into a blessing, you know, because the water spilled. Some people, oh, the water, when you're a trucker, that's an opportunity. And I'm going to show you when I'm done, the after effects of it. And I do it by hand. I know some people just keep them up on your truck, but I don't like looking at a whole lot of stuff. I do got a broom, but I'm like a neat freak. I don't like a lot of clutter and stuff to look at. So I do it by hand, but I'm going to show you the end result in a few minutes. I'm going to do the whole entire floor, and I'll show you when it's done. All right. And voila, the final result. I just used the water that I spilled. Instead of squeezing it out of my truck, I wiped it down. The floors are very clean. I wiped down the side of this little paneling. I don't even know what it's called. So, what could have been a waste, I intended on using it for drinking water, of course, but since it spilled, instead of just wasting it, and then when I need to clean, go get separate water, I just use this water. It turned into mop water. My floors are clean. And I thank my trainer for that, because like say, you know how when you drink bottled water and then you throw out what you don't want, or you want to throw it away, there's still a couple of swigs. What he does is he'll save it, and I'll probably try to put pictures in. And he turned that into, like, say if you're at a location where there's not a sink and you need to wash your hands, he carries a certain kind of soap. So like when we greased our fifth wheel, he already had, he just took all that bottled water that we didn't drink, and we used it until it turned into a washing station. So he put the soap on your hands and tipped the bottle sideways, and we used it to wash our hands. So, and he's Native Indian, or Native American, I should say. And they're not very wasteful. They're very resourceful. And he passed that on to me. So anytime I see moments where, like, oh, you could look at it like, oh, I spilled the water. No, I just got mop water. Or say you get done drinking bottled water and you don't feel like, you know, I don't know why people are wasteful, but we are, you know, when you, instead of just saving it for later, we'll just pour out the last couple of swigs. And one day I was about to do that, and he was like, what are you doing? We could use that later. And I was like, huh? And then sure enough, we ended up using it. So I don't want to be too deep with it, but it was just neat that I seen a moment to kind of do what he taught me to do. So, all right, people.